Good afternoon. This is your News 4 Now update. I'm Kay Ingram. And first, we start with the weather, because in just a matter of hours, rain and wind are moving in. So here's Storm Team 4's Dave Price with your forecast.
Let's take a look at your afternoon weather. Rain is on the way, and it's going to begin to overspread the area just in time, unfortunately, for the rush hour. By late tonight, we're still looking at soggy conditions and temperatures in the 60s. It's just after midnight that we begin to see things clear on out. We wake up tomorrow morning to beautiful weather. Hour by hour, though, get those umbrellas out, and you're going to need them for the Yankees game, too. The question is, how will it impact the planning and the play of the game? We could be looking at 1 to 2 inches up to the north and east, 2 to 3 out to the west, and a general ½ inch to an inch in and around the metropolitan area. So the Yankees game, bring the umbrellas as the Guardians are in town. Mid-60s, but it is going to be soggy out there. Today's forecast, 68 is a high, winds to 15 miles per hour. Gusts could be higher than that. Tonight down to 55 degrees. We'll begin to clear on out. A nice end to the work week and a beautiful weekend ahead before we cloud up Sunday. Kay?
All right, thanks, Dave. Now on to a developing story out of Connecticut, where 2 police officers are dead in an apparent ambush-style attack in Bristol. A 3rd officer is said to have serious injuries. The shooting happened around 11 o'clock last night on Redstone Hill Road. Police say the officers were responding to a fake 911 call about a domestic violence incident when the shooting started. The officers who died have been identified as Sergeant Dustin DeMont and Officer Alex Hamzy. DeMont was a married father of 2 with a 3rd on the way. Hamzy, who was raised in Bristol, graduated from Bristol Eastern High School in 2006. The surviving officer, Alex Iorato, is 26 years old and underwent surgery at an area hospital. His injuries are described as severe. One man is in custody for an alleged kidnapping that spanned the boroughs and Long Island. Police say the suspect kidnapped his girlfriend at knife point. News 4's Tracy Strahan is here with the story.
An incredibly chaotic scene here in Dyker Heights, an arrest that woke up the entire neighborhood. This is what it looked like on a Ring doorbell when the NYPD cornered an armed suspect on the run from Long Island. Authorities say 33-year-old Hallmark Garces was behind the wheel, finally taken into custody after allegedly abducting his girlfriend at knife point. He was tracked down at 86th and 12th Avenue, but authorities say all of this started in Suffolk County when he saw his girlfriend walking down the street in Brentwood. They drove all the way into the city, and after pulling off onto the Belt Parkway at exit 4, squad cars from the NYPD followed him, boxed him in, stopped him, and then were able to take him into custody. In the process, 5 NYPD officers were injured, 3 of them when one of the cars stopped short and rear-ended the other 2 as they arrested Garces. As we bring you back here to 86th and 12th Avenue, we do know he's facing several charges, not only in New York City, but in Suffolk County as well. That's the very latest from Dyker Heights. We'll send it back to you.
Thanks for that update, Tracy. Now, Hollywood actor and Bronx native Cuba Gooding Jr. will not have to serve jail time for admitting to forcibly kissing a waitress in a Manhattan nightclub. At his sentencing today, a prosecutor said Gooding Jr. has been going to therapy for alcohol and behavior treatment and has had no arrests. Earlier this year, Gooding Jr. pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor of forcible touching stemming from a 2018 incident. Under the terms of the plea, Gooding pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of harassment, which is a violation. Now, we've just learned that one of the Long Island siblings who was struck by a hit-and-run driver has died. William Packham Middle School sent out that information to students after the school district said it talked with the parents of the children. Police say the 13-year-old brother and sister were walking in a bike lane in Coram on Granny Road when they were hit just before 7:30 last night. The 8th graders were taken to the hospital, and we've learned Tyler Phillips died this morning from his injuries. His sister, Crystal Randolph, is recovering. The search is still on for that driver. Governor Kathy Hochul leads Representative Lee Zeldin by 10 points in a new Marist College poll. The poll found that Hochul would defeat Zeldin by 51% to 41%. Now, this is the first time that Marist has polled the governor's race in New York this year. A reminder that the deadline to register to vote by mail, in person or online in the November election is October 14th. And mail-in ballots should be postmarked on that date, October 14th. All right, and happening today, city leaders will announce the restoration of national medallions that were once installed along 6th Avenue, which gave it the name Avenue of the Americas. The medallions were originally installed in 1959 as a symbol of post-war unity, but the medallions were never regularly maintained and have fallen into disrepair over the years. Today, the Department of Transportation will showcase more weather-resistant medallions representing those nations.